Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nexus. We're super happy to have you here. Um, Hopefully you were able to tune into last week's episode. We had Blake Collingsworth and Sarah Reyes with Float for Life and Josh the Otter here. They told us all about some of the cool things they're doing in the community to help with awareness for drowning of youth. And it was just so happened that my guests here today were able to connect with them and help out with the drive to get that Josh the Otter book into all of our kindergartens in this city. So that's exciting. I'm really excited that you guys did that. That was cool. First, I want to introduce my guests today so that you guys can kind of get a head start, and then I have another couple announcements too. But I have Tara and Dennis with Rock and Joe. They're awesome people. They're always like super happy when I see them. They're always very generous. I've seen them give back in so many different ways. So welcome. Thank you so much for coming in today. I can't wait to chat with you guys. We also wanted to highlight the fact that Rock and Joe is on tap on it. I know you guys hear us talk about it, but it's our text blast that we send out with really great offers for like restaurants and entertainment here in Lincoln. So you guys should all sign up. You just text tap on it to 82928. And right now we have some really good offers from Juice Stop and Walker Tire. There's Brown Shoes, Patty's Pub, and Rock and Joe. So definitely text tap on it to 82928. All right, well, let's get started. I can't wait for you guys to kind of introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about who you are and how you came to owning Rock and Joe.
Okay, well, I'm Dennis, and my wife and I are the owners of Rock and Joe, and Tara's our daughter, our youngest of three children, and so she's our manager. So it's kind of a long road to how we got here. Tara was already in the coffee industry working for a competing brand as a regional manager for that brand, running 5 stores. So
I didn't know that, Tara. So you had experience in this. That's good.
She had a wealth of knowledge coming into
I just thought you were a superstar and you were just amazing.
Well, she's that too. So no, we wouldn't be doing this without her because she's invaluable to us as far as running the coffee shop for us. She has the tools, she has the knowledge to help us get done what we need to get done. So
you guys run a smooth operation over there, and the coffee is delicious. Yeah. If you haven't tried Rock and Joe, the food, coffee, everything, wine, they also have. What do you call those dispensers? Where you just put in the card?
Wine dispensers, yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. You just go get a card, and then you just try all the different wines and go with your friends. And
all
you guys also do like some fun like music events too.
We do.
You guys have any of those coming up?
Yep, we do. We get music events fired back up. We know we kind of had to halt those for a while during COVID.
But good. I'm glad they're back.
Getting started back up and getting those going again. So
very cool. Well, we'll have to share your post when you guys have one of the bands there. And
we've got a couple coming up this weekend. I've actually got a big music weekend coming up this weekend. We have Boom Duo Band back on Friday evening playing 60s and 70s music, and they are fantastic. They're really good. They get a good crowd for us. And then Saturday night we have a new one called Kimberly Meyer coming in playing guitar and singing. She's a veteran, which is kind of cool, so she'll be playing. And then for Mother's Day, we have Bobby Gadori back in for our piano.
Oh, he's really popular, right?
Yeah, he is, yep.
Yeah. Well, you guys are gonna be busy this week.
So
are you ready?
That's the rock part of Rock and Joe's is the music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just tell us a little bit more about the business and, how you guys decided that you were from Columbus, if I remember right. York. Yep. Okay, sorry. They're from York, and they decided to open up a business here in Lincoln. So just touch on why you chose Lincoln. And
it's kind of a long road to how we got to where we're at today, but it's all started back 12 years ago. And I got the crazy idea that it'd be fun to have have a vineyard as a hobby. So we started with a couple hundred vines and kind of got our feet wet in the grape growing process and kind of liked it. And so we kept adding to it. And towards the end, we were up to 1,000 vines on 2 acres. So,
true entrepreneur that
Yeah,
can't stop.
so then we
Stop the madness.
got to the point where we had enough grapes to actually have our own label or make our own wines. We have 3 different wines. We have 2 whites and a red. But
And they're delicious.
Yeah, thank
and I'm
you.
a big fan of wine in general.
So with that being said, we've actually sold the vineyard because it just got to be too much. So the vineyard does a lot of work with itself without throwing a coffee shop into the mix too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the picking season, and
right.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into it.
A lot of hand labor, and it was just Jane and I trying to keep all that, juggled and along with everything in Lincoln. So
yeah,
we've sold that. And we moved to Lincoln and kind of focusing on the coffee shop, the wine tasting room, and Capital working with Capital View down at Roca. They're making our wine for us. Our new Rendezvous wine it's bottled and ready to pick up. So we actually sold out of that one, but it's going to be available here pretty quick again. So.
You heard it here first.
Yep.
You can get the Rendezvous again.
The new vintage Rendezvous is about ready. So
cool. Well, I guess maybe touch on like how we met, if you remember. It's been a while, but and like how we started to work together.
Yeah, I think initially you came in and had a idea about a app or something we could use, and really didn't fit our needs, fit our POS. But then we continued to have conversations with you and with corporate, and with the new owner of corporate, Chris Potenza. He's given us a lot of leeway to implement some new ideas into Rockin' Joe's, and has been a blessing to us in that respect. So we sat down with Chris and you presented the Tap On It app to us, and Chris really liked the idea, so we decided to go with it. So
how's it going so
far? It's going really well. We've had really good reception from our customers. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So and that's
have you seen new customers?
That's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if there's a way to track that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are seeing a lot of new customers. We don't know what's bringing them in, but we've had a lot of nice reviews and stuff. So lately.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
It's great for your SEO.
Yeah.
We got to get you listed first when we type in Coffee Lincoln.
Yeah. Yep.
I live closer to you guys now, so you're going to see me a lot more through the drive-thru.
We're counting on you.
Yeah, for sure. What else do you guys want to chat about today? Do you have any, I know you just moved to Lincoln.
I did.
Why did you pick Lincoln? I think that there was a good story there.
Yeah, there is. It's a long story. Again, we tried to do this in York with a different brand, and that brand would only allow multiple franchises. You can open one store, so we got frustrated at that point. Just went searching for coffee shop franchises, ran across Rockin' Joe's, kind of got drawn in by their story, their logo. Mm-hmm. My wife and I, Jana, flew to Pittsburgh to visit the stores, visit the headquarters, and liked what we saw, and kind of went from there. And when York fell through, we tried to do this in York, and just a lot of hurdles there, the obstacles that got in the way. So we just kind of scrapped the whole idea, and somebody mentioned Lincoln. I said, I know nothing about Lincoln. Lincoln scares me. But we kept driving by the site where the coffee shop is at now, and the building adjacent to us was already up, but our lot where our building is now is just a blank lot at that time. Mm-hmm. So we met with the developer Hamptons, and they said they want to know what we were trying to do. We told them, we said, we'd love to have you in there. You can sit down with us. You can help us design it from the ground up and be involved in the groundbreaking and everything. So that's kind of how we got to be where we're at now.
That's awesome. So that's a good little promo for Hampton as well. So Tara, tell us a little bit about you and your background.
Yeah, so I started in the coffee industry probably about 5 years ago. And I trained in Omaha, and then I moved back to Kearney where I went to school. Mm-hmm. And like he mentioned, I was, moved my way up into a regional position, running 5 stores. And then, the entrepreneur of our family got the idea to start his own coffee shop, and it worked out well. And so then me and my husband moved to Lincoln, and we started Rockin' Joe almost 3 years ago. I moved here to get it going.
Yep.
So
yeah.
And then we opened in October. So
yeah, I think you guys do a great job promoting yourselves. I obviously am always checking out marketing, how people are getting word out about themselves, and I think you do a great job of that. I know you participated in like the party in the garden and brought in some wine to serve guests there. That's
what we're finding. It's more about boots on the ground, getting involved in the community. You've got to be out there. You've got to get involved in the community to make an impact and give back. Because Lincoln has been so good to us, been welcoming when we opened the coffee shop, so we felt it's important to give back, and we do that in several ways. We, several different campaigns we get involved with and help give back to the community.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I had a good question. I just thought of it, but I can't think of it. Darn it. Something that you just said, I can't think of it. Okay. Is there anyone else in the shop that has been working for you for like the whole time, or have you guys been
probably
having a difficulty finding employees? I think that's kind of a struggle of people.
Yep, no, we
right
haven't.
now.
We've been blessed so far with the employees we've had. It's kind of a turntable for us because a lot of our employees are high school, college age young men and women, and we expect that we're just a stepping stone. We're kind of a stepping stone for them to get on to the next chapter, and we realize that, and we wish them the best when they get to that point and ready to move on. So.
Yeah, agreed.
But, we've been fully staffed the whole time, so we've been pretty blessed in that respect.
You must be very good to your employees.
We try to be, yep.
Oh, you want to keep the good ones.
Yep, exactly.
I try to do the same.
Yep.
And I also wanted to kind of mention they have a meeting spot at Rock and Joe, and a lot of people with like a center sphere group or other small meetings, they can reserve that space. And just as long as, any food that's consumed, food and drink, that would be purchased at the shop. But otherwise, there's not a fee to reserve it and have a meeting there. So I think that's something that a lot of times people are like looking for. And I think it's a really cool thing that you guys devoted space for that. And I think you've seen it regularly be full.
Yep. Oh,
yeah.
And I'll let Tara kind of highlight about how that whole process works, so if people want to reserve it. So
so it's really simple. You just go on and you send us an email at conferenceroomrnj@gmail.com, and then we actually have it all in a spreadsheet, and we share that with you, and then you're able to see all the dates and times that are booked, and then you just let us know through email, so you can just hop on there anytime and see an updated schedule for the whole year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We should have like a company meeting there.
Yeah.
So we can have coffee.
There you go.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming in today to do our Facebook Live. I'm a big fan of Rock and Joe. I really encourage everybody out there in the Nexus to check them out. Obviously, they got some fun stuff going on this weekend. I just learned today that it was Mother's Day this weekend, so.
We should mention our promo for Mother's Day. We have a BOGO offer for all the moms out there, so.
That's awesome.
Buy one, get one free on all the drinks.
Very, very cool. So all those dads that are out there early in the morning, they're going to get a benefit. So awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in, and thank you guys for coming, and it was great chatting today.
Yep, thanks, Renee. Appreciate it.
Bye, guys.